And once again, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don with you at 12:54 p.m. Central. Becoming concerned about a cell here in Central Alabama, just to the west and northwest of Eclectic, Alabama. This cell is beginning to show some indication of high-level rotation. As we rock the volume scans back and forth, you can clearly see that hook developing on the south side of this particular storm. And now the National Weather Service out of Birmingham is also voicing some concern for this particular storm, in saying that got some low-topped mini supercell looking storms starting to spin in Elmore and Coosa counties as well to keep an eye on. So surface-based instability is ramping up south of the I-20 US 82 corridors at the moment, with a potential meso-low on surface analysts close to Columbus, Mississippi. Surface winds continue to remain backed along and east of the I-65. That's a whole lot of jargon. Basically what that means is the low-level jet stream is beginning to overtake this boundary, and that's veering the wind at the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's causing veering, which is making some of these storms want to rotate. And we're seeing that happen right here on this particular storm that we're looking at in Elmore County. Again, this is up there to the north and west of Eclectic, just to the east of Highway 231. This would be north of Wetumpka, becoming a nasty-looking storm. And this is moving off to the northeast, so down or upstream, I should say. Places that need to pay attention to this particular storm would include Alexander City and Dadeville. Now, there's nothing out there that's been issued on this storm. It is not severe at the moment. We do not have any tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings. We are under a tornado watch for this particular area, and this storm is beginning to take on that classic look. I mean, you have got everything you need here for a possible tornado. Let me get the so right here we have the inflow notch. Let me fix that a little better. Try that again. All right, so right here we have the inflow notch. Well, new volume scan looks even a little bit better. So right there you have the inflow notch. Hold on a second. Let me get this where you can see it. That's off screen. All right. And hang on, let me clear that out and try it one more time. Right there, you have the inflow notch. You see that arrow I just put on the screen. And if you look real close, you can see a couple of hail shafts to the north and northwest of the storm. That's an indication also. And then you have that inflow notch. This is air that's flowing into the storm. So they're keeping a very close watch on this storm that's north and northwest of Eclectic, Alabama. Also back down here around between Prattville and Casita. This is also in extreme southwestern Elmore County and extreme eastern Autauga County. There appears to be a inflow notch here as well, right there, crossing over the I-65 corridor just to the east of Prattville, out there on Highway 14. As a matter of fact, that's my grandfather's old home place right there at the intersection of 14 and I-65, and that is where we may have some rotation taking place right there also. Now, that is going to be moving in this general direction, so Wetumpka needs to pay attention to this storm coming out of Prattville, coming out of Watauga County. It's going to move north of Montgomery, and that will move very close to Wetumpka. That's also got an inflow notch. It's also got a couple of hail cores on it. So good indication there that we may have something going on. Then we go back up here to our northern Elmore County storm. That's not looking as quite as impressive as it once did. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Then in extreme eastern Coosa, northwestern Tallapoosa, we have a little area right here that the Weather Service is watching as well. That doesn't look that impressive. Let me see what this looks like on the velocity. Yeah, I don't see anything there. And then all of this stuff over in western Clay, none of that looks interesting at the moment. All right, so let's zoom out. Look at the big picture, though. All right, so look at all these breaks here in the clouds. This is what I was telling you last night and early this morning that we didn't want to see. Look at all these areas here where we don't have any clouds. That is concerning. We are cloud-free in these zones, and that is allowing the temperature to soar. We're like at 82 degrees down here in Montgomery at this hour. With dew points rising as well. So that's what's feeding these storms. That one there just northwest of Montgomery. And then we have these breaks in the clouds over here between Alexander City and Montevallo, basically from Anniston back down to Demopolis, just full-blown sunshine down there in places. And then you get south of the I-85 corridor, between Troy and Columbus, lots of sunshine there. There are breaks in the clouds here in northern Chambers County, and breaks in the clouds there just north of Anniston. All of these areas where you see that the clouds have kind of broken up, the temperature is just going to rise quickly in those areas, and the dew points are rising. We've got this low, mid, and upper level jet that is taking over from the south. It's causing the veering in the upper levels of the atmosphere. And a handful of these storms could start rotating. And when that happens, then we could get some quick spin-up tornadoes. So the Weather Service really keeping a close eye on a couple of these storms, particularly, again, that one coming out of Prattville, going over into Millbrook. There it is right there. Crossing over I-65 out there at Highway 14. And then this one northwest of Eclectic. I'll tell you, it doesn't look as good as it did just a few minutes ago. When I take it back to right there, that's a mean-looking storm. See that inflow notch right there? Very easy to pick it out. But then when I bring it current, we've lost that hook. Though the storm is still rotating, I don't think it may be flexing here, or it may be cycling where it gets strong and then it fades away, then it comes back strong again. So we may have some cycling going on in this particular storm. That's kind of an odd-looking storm right there. We have hail core in two different spots inside there. And then we're still watching this big storm coming out of Prattville that's headed toward Wetumpka. Up to the north, maybe a little something going on up there north of Alexander City, up in the northwestern corner of Tallapoosa County, but that's not well defined at all. And the most encouraging thing here is we have no warnings from the National Weather Service on any of these storms. Now, you'll notice the box over there in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. We are under a tornado watch, and that will continue until 6 p.m. Central this afternoon. I doubt that we stay under it that entire time, but it's possible. Then we have another line that's forming back in West Alabama. And some individual thunderstorms that are beginning to pop over in extreme eastern Mississippi. And this void area that you see from Oxford to Clanton down to about Thomasville, I would fully expect that to fill in over the next couple of hours also. So we got a ways to go. We're watching this for you very closely on Dr. Don's weather. And, of course, we're going to keep you up to date as the day goes along. I noticed some folks are talking about how cool it is over in Georgia, maybe Sharpsburg, 65 degrees. Heck, we're in the upper 50s up here in the northeast Georgia mountains. But I'm telling you, if the sun breaks out in your location, it won't take but just minutes. You're going to see your temperature start to climb quickly, and that's what's going to fuel these storms this afternoon. We told you last night when we did our update, and we talked about it this morning on the primetime forecast. This is what we were watching to see if we were going to get any pockets of sun out there. And if the sun is shining at your house, you need to up that level of awareness just a little bit more, because you're in an area where strong to severe thunderstorms or possibly even a handful of tornadoes will be possible this afternoon, especially in those areas where you have sunshine taking place at this hour. Yes, something's headed to Auburn. Look, folks, all of this stuff's moving across the state of Alabama, and if you're looking at the radar and if you can figure out where you are on the map, look to the left. If the storms are to the left and they're moving to the right, then they're going to move right through your community. It will storm in Auburn this afternoon. The storms have yet to come through Auburn. They're moving that way. So the answer to your question, yes. This whole line of thunderstorms is headed toward Auburn. It's headed toward Lafayette. It's headed toward Valley. It's headed toward Roanoke. It's headed toward Carrollton, Franklin, LaGrange. This entire line is moving from left to right across the screen. And if it hasn't moved through we're not even considering what happened early this morning. This is line number 2. And you'll notice if you look way back over there toward Mississippi, you'll see line number 3. So maybe 2 more opportunities for all of East Alabama and West Georgia to get in on some stormy activity this afternoon. Not a widespread severe weather outbreak. This is not a catastrophic doomsday type setup across Alabama and Georgia, but there could be a handful of strong to severe thunderstorms, and a couple of them could produce quick spin-up tornadoes. So you just go about your normal business, but understand that there is the possibility we could have severe weather. It's certainly not time to go into any type of panic mode or have weather anxiety or anything like that. Just be aware and stay aware until the threat ends later on this afternoon. Again, I'll bring your attention to the tornado watch box there in the lower right-hand corner of the screen. If you live in any of those counties that are highlighted in yellow, then you are under a tornado watch until 6 p.m. this evening. Now, if you're outside that area, that doesn't mean you're off scot-free and you can just go do whatever and not pay attention. Mother Nature knows nothing about colors and political jurisdictions. If you're anywhere close to those yellow counties, you still need to be weather aware this afternoon for the potential of strong to severe thunderstorms with a few spin-up tornadoes. So we are going to continue to watch this for you, and if we start to get warnings or we see something of great significance that you need to know about, we'll be right back with you. It is pouring down rain in parts of Clay County down into northwestern Tallapoosa and even up into or down into Elmore County. A very strong thunderstorm there near Wetumpka, and then all the way back up into western sections of Tallapoosa, across central Clay. All that's going to move into Randolph. So if you're in Roanoke or you're in Wedowee, you're up there on beautiful Lake Wedowee, you're looking back toward Lineville, the sky is jet black back in that direction, and you've got a nasty line of storms coming at you. At the moment, they're below severe limits. we'll watch it for you. If they issue any weather statements, of course, we'll be right back with you, and we will continue our coverage right here on Dr. Don's Weather. Oh, one other thing I want to tell you guys about. So you can watch the radar 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So when we go live, we jump in, we talk about it, and we do that on all three of our outlets, on YouTube, on Dr. Don's 24 Forever, also on YouTube, Dr. Don's Weather page, and then on Facebook, Dr. Don's Weather page. And but when we go off air, we leave our live stream up and running over on YouTube at Dr. Don's Weather 24 Forever. All you have to do is go to YouTube and search Dr. Don's Weather 24 Forever, and you can, what you're looking at on the screen right now, you can see over there on YouTube 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You've got the alert scrolling at the bottom of the screen. You have the tornado watch box over in the lower right-hand corner, and the radar stays up live the entire time. So in between, and you can watch our live breaks over there too. So if you're one of those who'd like to stay glued to a good source of weather information the entire time, then just go to YouTube and search Dr. Don's Weather 24 Forever. And I'll be back a little later on with another update here on Dr. Don's Weather.